Very warm welcome to the third issue of The Missing Link. The world is pushing towards electric vehicles, making the role of batteries very significant. In this issue of The Missing Link, we shall be analyzing the threats and opportunities associated with the discovery of lithium in India. We shall be analyzing what all impact has this entire battery scenario created in the global trade patterns. We shall be analyzing what all alternatives India has. We shall be exploring the two main opportunities India has to generate thousands, if not lakhs of jobs in India. We shall be analyzing all the associated issues with lithium in this issue of The Missing Link. In the beginning, it is very important to point out the fact that recently 5.9 million tons of lithium reserves have been discovered in the Riyasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. This is not the first place in India where we have found lithium reserves. The first place was the Mandya district of Karnataka. Although a very modest amounts of reserve is found in Karnataka, nevertheless, it becomes important as a question in the pre-exam. We'll be discussing about the type of reserves and the potential it holds in India shortly after a small discussion about the leading producer of lithium on earth. The leading producers of lithium on earth are the South American countries known as the Lithium Triangle. They are the basically ABC countries: Argentina, Bolivia and Chile. These countries are the largest producer of lithium on earth as of today. The source of lithium for these countries is salt water. Basically, they use a lot of salt water from the oceans. They spread it out in open sheets, open flat areas, and they dilute it with a lot of fresh water. So the type of lithium extracted by these South American countries is called the brine form. Brine means salt water. Now the thing is, manufacturing of lithium from salt water requires a lot of water. Therefore, exploitation of lithium by South American countries is actually environmentally unfriendly, leading to a lot of loss of fresh water. When we talk about the type of lithium found in India, definitely we do not have salt water in these areas. Therefore, there must be some other kind of reserve of lithium present in India as well. When we talk about the upper part of the Earth's surface, we call it as the crust. The most abundant element in the crust is oxygen, which is found bound to different elements like silicon. Therefore, silicon dioxide is one of the most abundant elements, and silicon dioxide is called silica. Why am I talking about this? Because the second type of lithium reserve is called silicate rock. We are all aware that after silica, the next abundant element on earth is aluminium. Therefore, the most common type of silicate rocks will be aluminium silicates. The type of lithium reserves found in India are nothing but bauxite. Bauxite is the ore of aluminium. This is aluminium silicate. This is the second type of reserve of lithium. Most of the countries like Iran also have reserves of lithium found in silicate rocks like bauxite. Extraction of lithium from bauxite is equally environmentally unfriendly. We need to use a lot of water to extract lithium from bauxite as well. But in addition to water, we need to pour in a lot of acid. So the bottom line is, there is no shortage of both types of reserves of lithium on earth. But the issue is, extraction of lithium from both types of reserves is extremely environmentally unfriendly. So the question remains that, are these 5.9 million tons of lithium reserves in India actually fit to be exploited? The answer is found in simply the step taken by the government of India. The government of India is not exploiting lithium from our domestic reserves. rather it is looking for South American countries, and we are looking forward to import lithium from those South American countries themselves. The two types of lithium reserves are salt water, and the second one is bauxite. There is one place in India where you have abundance of both of these reserves, that is Gujarat. There is no shortage of salt water in Gujarat. There is no shortage of bauxite in Gujarat. So definitely the next lithium reserves, whenever they will be discovered in India, will be from Gujarat, right? No wonder why the Geological Survey of India is looking for lithium in Gujarat. Let me add on to this discussion even further. Now, since I have established this fact that manufacturing lithium ion batteries itself is very environmentally unfriendly. So when we talk about electric vehicles and we talk about are they polluting less or more, we need to understand one more fact in this scenario. Electric vehicles fitted with lithium ion batteries have already polluted the environment because the manufacturing of battery pollutes the environment a lot. Now let me ask a question from you. Suppose I give you two vehicles from the same brand of manufacturer. One is an EV variant, one is a petrol variant. Which one will be heavier? The EV is always heavier because of the extremely heavy battery it uses. The fact of the matter is that when both these vehicles run on the road, EVs being significantly heavier wear down the tires much faster. Therefore, all of that extra rubber that is burning hundreds of times more than a regular vehicle adds a lot of particulate matter in the air as well. So in this form, EVs do pollute even when they are running. Now the thing is, when we talk about batteries, lithium ion batteries are the simplest and most basic types of batteries. They are not even long lasting batteries. They have a very modest lifeline. If you run a normal EV battery at a regular, you can say, modest speed of a vehicle, it is going to last anywhere around 7 to 8 years. That is it. Now the thing is, luckily there are many other types of batteries present. The second most important type of battery after lithium ion battery is known as an iron flow battery. It is known as an iron flow battery. Thanks to the volcanic eruption that led to the formation of the Deccan Traps, India has no shortage of iron ore reserves. India can invest in setting up special economic zones, and in those special economic zones, you can say utilize all our abundant iron ore reserves to manufacture iron flow batteries. Now, why are these batteries very important? These batteries are non-polluting. We have all the raw material that it requires to make. Moreover, these batteries can last anywhere around 20 years or more, and they are absolutely non-polluting. These batteries, if we set up special economic zones in India to manufacture these batteries, we will generate thousands, if not lakhs of jobs because of it. Moreover, these batteries can be set up with all the existing renewable energy power plants. Very soon, India is going to manufacture so much electricity from renewable resources that we will need to store them in good batteries. Do we import batteries from China? Certainly not a good option. Therefore, manufacturing iron flow batteries domestically is not only going to give us a lot of jobs in India, but it will also allow us to tap and store all the additional energy that we are very soon amount to manufacture. Which is why this domestic iron ore is very important. Highlighting the significance of these 2 points, lithium in India cannot be used. We have a lot of iron which can be used not just for making batteries, but for you can say creating jobs as well. It becomes very crucial to understand India's iron ore trade. When we talk about India's iron ore trade, it is very crucial to understand a series of events that took place this year within a span of few days. They seem unconnected at first, but as always, they share a missing link. This year, as we are all aware, because of all the wars that are going on, the demand of iron has increased. This year, India exported 3 times more iron ore than it normally does. Can you guess which country purchased 90% of all that iron? China. China purchased 90% of all the iron that India exported this year. This year, India exported 3 times more iron than it normally does, 90% of which was imported by China. Shortly after that, China bombarded the world with the news that it is going to soon manufacture 30% more EVs and it is going to export it across the world. Shortly after this, you can say, announcement by China of increasing EV production and exporting it across the world, immediately after a few days, the next news was that USA has now increased tariffs on Chinese imports. Moreover, a treaty between USA and China was soon to end, and in this treaty, around 300 to 400 Chinese products were taxed less in USA. Now, USA said it is not going to renew that treaty as well. So, the bottom line was USA made every Chinese import in its country more expensive. So, basically, US shunned Chinese imports. European nations did the following thing. What was the next news published after that? China becomes India's #1 trading partner. All of this cheap EV that is going to be manufactured by China, which it has already begun, is soon to find its way back in India, and this thing has already begun. Mind you, normal good lithium ion batteries, if you can say used properly, will last for 7 to 8 years. But cheap lithium ion batteries will not last for that long. Very soon, India is about to face a very serious threat. The first threat that India already created for itself was, instead of using all of that iron domestically, we exported it. So that potential to create lakhs of jobs in India has been lost to some extent. Now, the second major threat for India is that very soon India is going to become the hub of used lithium ion batteries. It is going to be a huge challenge for India to actually manage all of that waste. Now, as a bureaucrat, you must be aware about converting every threat into an opportunity. This new emerging threat of becoming the dump yard of used lithium ion batteries is a very good opportunity for India. India can start setting up special economic zones for lithium ion batteries recycling. Why is this very important? Because when you talk about the demand of raw materials across the world, right now across the world, the demand for lithium is very high. When you want to extract lithium from some traditional resource like bauxite, you need around 250 tons of raw material to extract 1 ton of lithium, whereas only 4 tons of used lithium ion batteries can be used to produce 1 ton of lithium. Besides lithium, these used lithium ion batteries are a big source of cobalt and other trace elements as well. So India can start setting up special economic zones to recycle all of these used lithium ion batteries. It will also generate lakhs of jobs. Moreover, we can exploit all of the lithium and cobalt that is recycled from these batteries. We can become a leading exporter of these precious elements. When we talk about all of this, it is very important to take into consideration what is taking place in the Arctic as of today. We are all aware that the polar ice is melting rapidly and all the fossil fuels and precious elements present in the Arctic are now becoming available, which is why huge cobalt reserves have been discovered in the North Atlantic as well. Demand for cobalt, demand for copper, demand for lithium are at an all-time high. Demand for copper is for manufacturing supercomputers for AI, but nevertheless, with respect to batteries, demand for lithium and demand for cobalt is at a global high. We can tap into this potential. We can use those used lithium ion batteries to manufacture, or rather to generate lakhs of jobs in India. India is facing a severe unemployment crisis, as is the world right now. But we can use all of this demand for lithium and cobalt. We can use the existing threat of being the dump yard of used lithium ion batteries, and we can actually use it to our benefit. This is all for this issue of the missing link. As always, I have added all of this debate and many more points in the document associated with this issue. You can download that document on the Telegram channel of our institute. I have added a link to our Telegram channel on the description box of this video. That is all for this issue. Take care, everyone.